Club World Cup is really around the corner, and the first transfer is about to come to an end. So the clubs that are really pushing on the first transfer to get their deals done are really moving at the speed that is the speed of light that you cannot explain yet. So in the Premier League, we have Manchester City and we got Chelsea. Those are the two clubs that are going to be participating in this moment. And also there are teams that are trying to take players from the Premier League who are going to be participating in the Club World Cup. El Halal is one of them. It looks like they're really active over this situation. They're trying to get their players so that they can be ready for this amazing competition that is the World Cup. PSG also have been the other one because they are working on trying to get some players. It's quite interesting to see how this one plays out. Don't forget to click that like button, subscribe to connect. We're going to be talking all the transfers that are happening all over the world, all the done deals, the rumors, and maybe some of the interesting stories that you need to keep an eye on. And as well, we're going to be looking at everything that is happening. If you want to find out the information of Liverpool, go check it on the Football Connect LFC people. I've always told you the link is there in the title. Click it. Find out everything we are talking about. And also, to those people who finished to the end of this video, those people that I really appreciate, I'm going to leave something that I'm going to write for you that you guys can write in the comment section to just give me a hint that you're one of the OGs you watch to the very end. Thank you very much for watching. Let's get into the video. So, Ryan Nuri from Wolves to Manchester City has been confirmed now by the club. He has signed for a contract and he's going to be at the club until, I don't know, is it 5 years or something like that? But that's what I know. But also, Renga as well, I think might have just finished his medicals today. And as well, Czeki is going to be having his medicals tomorrow. Renga might be announced tomorrow. Czeki might also be done deal tomorrow because tomorrow is the deadline day for all these transfers. It comes to an end by tomorrow. So they're going to be really fast trying to push on the deals to get it done very quickly. One thing you have to respect of City, they don't play around when they get into those business. They are pushing to get their targets in the game. There is also a player who's going to be joining Man City who is a goalkeeper from Chelsea. This is what was reported in the afternoon. So Manchester City are ready to move for Chelsea's goalkeeper Marcus Beta following his departure of Scottish Canton, by the way, the oldest keeper in the Premier League, who has been getting title Premier League medals without actually doing anything. He joins Manchester City. He will join Manchester City in time for the upcoming Club World Cup. That's what was reported because they want to have that team really strong and really ready for whatever that happens. So it's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on this one because it might move really fast. It might move really fast, trust me. So there's also an interesting one from Newcastle here, even though they're not in the Club World Cup. What I'm being told is that Newcastle have shown keen interest in Jacob Ramsey, who is available for around £30 million. Eddie Howe wants Ramsey to compete with Anthony Gordon for the left back position. That is what was reported by Sasha Cavalieri. I think that's how you call it. It's going to be interesting, really, because that he is a good player, by the way. Jacob Ramsey, I've watched him sometime at Aston Villa. He is a player that you can say, okay, you can get something out of him, and he can do some amazing things. You have to keep an eye on in terms of his growth and whatever that happens with him. But that's what we're being told. We have to keep an eye on because we have nothing to do. Inter have now signed a new manager. So according to Inter, done deal. Christian Chevu has been named Inter's new manager in the contract until 2027. They were running over to get a manager because they need a manager in the Club World Cup. They are one of the teams that are really participating. So Bayern Munich continues to look stupid as they've always been doing. I'm not saying that they look stupid in this situation. I'm just saying that this transfer window, if you're a Bayern Munich fan, you would want to forget it, like just get it wiped out because you're losing some of your best targets. So according to what I'm being told, Bayern Munich have made Bradley Barcola their #1 target for the left wing position. They are actively exploring the potential transfer from PSG. Nico Williams is the top alternatives alongside other targets, Matoma, Rafa Leon, and Cody Gakpo. These are the players that they're interested in. The Gakpo news came out a long time ago. Nothing developed, nothing progressed We moved on from that. We saw the Leon mix up, and I have not really seen how far the Leon situation goes. And as well, Matoma, we've heard about them being interested in Matoma, but we haven't seen any movement as well. Now they're trying to get Bacola. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. But yeah, I'm telling you, things are really moving interestingly at this moment. Teo Hernandez wants to return to Atletico Madrid, and the Spanish club are trying to make it happen. Teo Hernandez was needed by El Hali for the Club World Cup. He said no. Now it seems like he wants to go to Madrid in Spain. It's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. But yeah, that's what we're here for. So City did confirm their player. Ryan Nuri is now the new player at City. Ryan Cech and Wenger are very, very close into that. Okay, let's put transfers aside. There's a story that has been brewing for some time that people have not been paying attention, but it has been really hitting some interesting things that has been happening. And I'm really excited over this story because I don't know what's going to happen, but it seems like there's something that is happening between Bournemouth and the UEFA Europa League. There's something that is happening. There's something it seems like there is a breach of law in terms of the multi-ownership, for this multi-ownership club model, and it's really been hitting up. A lot of things have been happening, movement, questions, and some clubs are actually snitching on each other. So according to this report that came out from the Times, that's saying that Nottingham Forest have written to UEFA with the concern about Crystal Palace participating in the Europa League when they could be breaching multi-club ownership rules. That was according to the Times. And none, by the way, between UEFA and Crystal Palace have Nottingham Forest have confirmed to prove that this is true, but it is well known, it has been reported, and they are not showing anything. And according to some people, some sources that are still speaking behind the scene, this has happened. The question is why. You may wonder, why would Nottingham Forest be coming after Crystal Palace? Well, Crystal Palace won the FA Cup for the first time in their life. Winning FA Cup, what it means, it has its prayers and some of the blessings that it brings out with. And then one of the blessings that the team that wins the FA Cup takes another position in the Champions League. In the Europa League, sorry, not Champions League, Europa League. I have to repeat, in the Europa. So in that situation that has happened, it seems like they have another team. One of the owners is another team that is in Europe already participating in the same competition. And one of them has to go down. And at this moment, all eyes are on Crystal Palace, because if they cannot have that multi-model playing around and stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how that one plays out, because why would Nottingham Forest be snitching on the other team? The team earned the position, they played and they won, they earned the position to be where they are. So why are you coming after them? Why are you creating a scene? Why are you trying to demean everything that is happening? That's what I don't understand. It's going to be interesting. And yet they're not commenting, but we know for a fact Nottingham Forest, we're always going to go this route. Let's wait and see how that one plays out. So Sky Sports Leah is saying that Tottenham have stepped up their interest in Anthony Semenyo. However, they face competition from Manchester United for Brighton forward. That's an interesting one. Why is Tottenham always signing before they got a manager? Oh, maybe they're about to get a manager, as we know that the Bournemouth manager, what's his name? What's his face? Remind me. Is gone and could be the next manager of Tottenham Hotspurs. I think it's Thomas Frank. I think, yes, could be the manager of Tottenham Hotspurs after Ange Postecoglou was released. By the way, to those people who did not know, Ange Postecoglou is no longer the manager of Spurs. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how the one plays out, because first they need to get the manager to be attracting the players like Antonio Semenyo. By the way, it's going to demand so much, so we have to keep an eye on and see how the situation plays out. But that's all we're being told. There's a fight between Barcelona and Testegen, and I'm not getting into that. I will talk about it on another level. Hilal made another bid, another call to Victor Osimhen's camp today, and after he keeps on even after he keeps on rejecting them. They want to bring a striker to the Club World Cup, and that's when Darwin Núñez comes to the picture. He's open. Just keep looking, man. Just keep looking. We're gonna be there for you people, keeping you updated over this situation. How does that play? That Footy Kemito is just said Aston Villa defender Kamara is one of the latest names in Al Ahly's pursuit of some players. Remember, Bruno Fernandes said no to them as well. So it's an interesting one to see how this one plays out, but we'll keep you updated. El Nassr are in concrete interest in Rafa Leon, and AC Milan would consider itself for around 80 million euro. It's unclear if they want to make the move to Saudi Arabia. It's unclear if if Leon wants to go to Saudi Arabia, but AC Milan will be ready to sell. That is according to Ben Jacobs. Fabrizio Ramon did confirm that, as well as PSG's midfielder Fabian Ruiz is the top target of El Nassr in the summer. Luis Enrique considers him a crucial part of the squad and wants him to stay. That's according to Fabrizio Ramon. We have to keep an eye on that. El Ahly has made Morgan Gibbs White a dream target for the summer. However, the expectation is that he will stay in Europe if he leaves Nottingham Forest. That's what is being confirmed, by the way, by same reports. So, a lot of news is happening at the moment, people. We just have to keep giving you updates over every single thing that is happening. But at this moment, let's keep an eye on it. One of the most exciting news that I've heard was this: Everton are seriously considering Jack Grealish after he had been made available for sale from Man City in the summer. That's this Mail Sports. Tottenham Hotspurs also have a genuine interest in signing Jack Grealish. That was according to Ben Jacobs. So we have to keep an eye on this one, if it's gonna progress and what it will mean if it progress. There is another story as well. They're telling us that Manchester United tried to sign Rabiot last summer, but the Frenchman preferred the bold and surprising decision of joining Marseille. That I think I have no idea why journalists really love to waste our time. I have no idea. What's the purpose of this? We know that he chose another team against Man City. It happened last summer. We were all here reading the situation. So why keep repeating it? That's the question that I have for you. Let me know in the comment section what you think, guys. So those everything that is happening. So there is an interesting ZUBIMENDI situation that has been making so much noise that people are trying to push away. So Martin ZUBIMENDI to Arsenal felt like it was over, things that had already been agreed, the things were moving in the right direction, and he was going to be an Arsenal player until Real Madrid made that call. And after they made that call, it seemed like it has just opened up the whole entire transfer. According to what the breaking news, Martin ZUBIMENDI has put his move to Arsenal on hold as he waits for a potential offer from Real Madrid. This is according to Marca. Yes, I know Marca is a Spanish-based journalist, but when it comes to Martin ZUBIMENDI, let us all be honest. This guy has always been one of the most confused players when it comes to movement, especially when it concerns his career. Yes, Arsenal had moved. There was a movement. Everything had been done. Everything was moving. Yet it comes again. It comes like it happened with Liverpool. It seems like it could be happening again. And this is a paper which has been put on the highest in terms of the main paper that has been put. Martin ZUBIMENDI has put his contract on hold because even though the things had been agreed, everything had been done, they had not yet signed official documents. And if it has not been signed, it doesn't mean he's the player. If he had given you a word of mouth that I'm gonna be, it doesn't always mean that he's gonna be. And that's where we are. This is the breaking news that just came right now while I'm talking to you in the last minute of this video, which I might actually end up making this video the main title of, but people might have to go to the end to go check it out. That's the exciting party. So that's why I'm going to ask you people, can you do me a favor? Right at the end of the video, Zubi do. I want to hear what you have to say. Is it Zubi do? Where are you? Write that in the comment section, people, because it's about to get real in this last minutes or last time of this transfer windows. It's exciting times, people. like the video, subscribe to Connect. I'll keep you updated with over every single thing that is happening and the movement. I'll keep you updated. I know I did not cover everything, but I've given you an idea and then an update over everything that is happening. And go check out the Football Connect LFC to be kept updated with all the transfer news regarding Liverpool. I've been your host, Sam talking, and I'll see you on another. We are out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect. We go.